shot, Russ. Russell!
Russell, I hear you're a champion bowler now.
Well, John, let me tell you, it's got to be the first time in about 50 years that I tried doing a ball. I did throw a strike, but I happened to throw it on an alley about 3 miles away from me, for God's sakes, you know. I mean, you're supposed to throw the ball down the same alley, aren't you? I didn't know that. I thought they changed the game.
Well, for you, Russell, the game is what it is because you've really upped the game in supporting Roswell. I heard that you're matching all the donations at the bowling fundraiser today.
Yes, well, you know what? I always like to have the final words. And I mean, they had a little bit of the Russell Salvatore. It's our first open. And we hope to continue this even when I'm gone to raise money for Roswell. And I mean, I told them at the end, they would probably raise maybe about $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. It's not a lot of money. But I mean, I told them that I'm happy and proud to be part of this, and whatever they take in, I will match them with a check tomorrow morning.
Mary, I understand that you're here today to help raise money and awareness for cancer because you yourself are battling cancer and you are going through this journey.
That's correct. I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer stage 3, and there is no cure for this type of cancer. I'm battling this cancer for the second time, but this time instead of doing standard chemotherapy, I'm doing immunotherapy, and I'm in a clinical trial at Roswell Park working with my doctors to change the way to treat this type of cancer.
Yes, you have a very positive spirit about you considering what you've been diagnosed with. How does that manifest itself in you to be positive, not only to fight this for yourself, but help others who are going through this as well?
Well, when I started out as a patient at Roswell, one thing I discovered is that a lot of people are suffering in silence with cancer. And there's a stigma, a negative stigma about cancer. So I thought, you know, I can do this. I can live with cancer. And I want to make that my goal, is to bring awareness to the disease and to bring awareness to cancer overall, not just ovarian, but to show people that through what I do and through my actions, that I can live with this disease, even though there's no cure. So I want to change that stigma about cancer and show everybody that just because you cancer doesn't mean you stop living. This is our time to live. So that's my goal. That's what I want to do.
And how did bowling come into the mix? Is it because you're connected to our friend Fran from Beat the Champ?
That's correct. My brother-in-law is a bowler, so we were out getting donations through the community to help support this event. And my sister stopped by Russell Salvatore's restaurant to meet with Mr. Salvatore. And one thing led to another and came up with this idea to have a bowling tournament, and it was with Mr. Russell Salvatore's name, and he did tremendous support for the community with prizes and just being here, throwing out the first ball. So it's been a great support. It's been a wonderful event.
We've lost both our mom, our dad, my in-laws, Fran's mom and dad, and a dear friend of ours, Mrs. B. And it really just, now with my sister having cancer, it just really makes it even closer to home. She's been fighting and she's been a champion. She's amazing and an inspiration. And I just wanted to find a way to help raise money that can help the research that's being done, especially with immunotherapy.
How did you get Russell Salvatore involved?
My nephew he went into the Air Force, and the motto is aim high. So I took that and I personalized it by just walking in and asking him if he'd like to sponsor a bowling tournament. He said he never thought about it, but I'm glad I was the first one to ask him because he said yes. I thought maybe he would just give us a couple $100, but then the next thing I knew, he gave us 8 incredible prizes, and then he announced he'd match whatever we raise, which is beyond generous. It's just amazing. We're so blessed to have him in our community.
Bowling being a popular sport with everybody, and especially here in Western New York, we figured that this would be a really good venue for us to put a no-tap and a family bowling event here together so that we can attract a wide range of individuals, come out here and bowl, have a good time, compete for some prizes, and have a good time and raise some funds for Roswell Park's Ride for Roswell event.
All right, Lorenzo, we know you're great on the Buffalo Bills football field. Are you a bowler as well? You're a warrior on the lanes?
I can bowl a little bit. I haven't bowled in quite a while, so it's going to take me a little couple of frames to warm up. But I'm decent. You know, I'm probably normally around 190, 200 when I'm bowling fairly well.
That's pretty good. What brings you out here today to Transit Lane?
Really, just community event. You know, Ride for Roswell, raising money for just cancer patients and families that have to endure such a terrible disease, and really a great relationship that I made from a Buffalo Bills fan last year that attended my bowling event. Miss Patricia, you know, her and her family are dealing with some of the issues of cancer, and so to come out here and really just support her in the community, and obviously bring some more eyes to the event, you know, being a Bills player.
And you have your kids here today. How are they doing?
Yeah, my kids are doing great. They enjoy it. I try to incorporate them in a lot of these events, you know, when we come out and serve the community and give back, because that's something that was very important to me growing up. And so I want to make sure they get that same type of experience and understand that they have a lot of resources and that they need to be sharing that with the community.
All right, well, good luck to you, and thanks for being out here today, Lorenzo.
I know, I appreciate you guys.
All right.